This video review is for the 1x1 bubble and fog machine. I did receive this for free in exchange for a fair and balanced review. So in terms of what it is, it's basically a fog and a bubble machine. It's not too high tech, pretty simple to operate, pretty easy to use. So far I've only actually used it with bubbles because I don't have any of the fog juice that you need for it, so it's a fog or a bubble machine. You can't do both at the same time, so just be aware of that. Not sure how important that is to you, but if it is, just know that it's fog or bubble, not fog and bubble at the same time. So in terms of what it does, you plug the power in, flip the switch on. Well, first you want to fill up this little trough here. Not sure how well that's going to come across in the video review. Fill it with bubbles, bubble juice, or your fog juice. Plug it in. On the back you have this switch. Flip it on. As you can see, this fan here starts to pull in air, blows it out the front. And here what you have is, basically, if you've ever blown bubbles, you know that all you have is this little wand. And so basically there's, a bunch of little wands in here designed to make it so that the fan, which has this piece here that blows the air up, will blow out through where the bubble juice is on these little things and create bubbles for you. It is designed to allow you to, you can hang it somewhere. You could also mount it somewhere if you wanted to with the side pieces here, because as you can see it's got these little slits in it. The only problem there is if you do decide to mount it somewhere, just make sure that you have easy access to refill the trough, because you will need to refill that. Like I said, I've only used it with bubbles. It works okay. I mean, it sounds more exciting than it actually is. So, in use, you basically just get like a bunch of little kids blowing bubbles is what it comes down to. And what I find is that even though it's blowing up, if you just set this on the floor, the bubbles slightly go up, and just based on the air currents and things like that, what I find is it more often than not, they just basically go down and hit the ground and things like that. So if you're going to use it, you might want to set it up on the edge of a table, kind of like what I have here, and then that way the bubbles have more of a way to travel. But that being said, this is made out of metal, which is nice. This piece here is just made out of pretty chintzy, flimsy plastic. Doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of noise because the moving parts are this and the fan. But I would struggle with actually recommending someone purchase this, outside of somebody wanting to have some bubbles blowing for whatever reason. It's just, it works, but it's not that fun. It's not that cool. It functions. So on the Amazon scale of 1 to 5 stars, I'd probably give it 3 stars. It does what it says. It's well built. So in terms of build quality, at least for the metal parts here, I would probably give it a 4. For the plastic piece and the plastic fan, I'd probably give it 3, 2.5 to 3 stars. But because you're not actually doing anything with this, I don't anticipate it will actually break, and I think that the piece here that actually spins it is made out of metal, so it's not like it's going to fall apart quickly or easily. So overall, in general, it's just a 3-star item. It's fun, it works, it does what it claims it'll do, at least in terms of blowing the bubbles around, but it's really not that much fun. It's a more of a novelty item, so it's kind of an expensive novelty item. So, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't tell somebody to go out and buy it today. But if you do have the need for, a simple bubble machine, it works. It does what it says it's supposed to do. So, clearly it's a 3 out of 5 star item. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Thanks.